Hey, what's going on everybody? Hi, Star coming in with a new video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Pegassi Monroe. Okay, so I'm going to be reviewing that, showing you all the quirks and features of the Pegassi Monroe. So to start the video off, I'm going to be showing you the price of it and reading you the description of the vehicle. So here it is, the Pegassi Monroe on Legendary Motorsport. It costs $490,000. It is a 2013 OG vehicle coming with the launch of the game. So that's another cool thing, and it is very forgotten about. Very forgotten about. So $490,000 you can buy this car. That's not too hateful considering we have $2.8 million supercars in the game. So it's a very fairly priced vehicle. It's in the sports classic class. Now let me read it. So remember Italy's glory days before feminism and the Euro ruined everything, when a suitcase of liar would buy you an espresso and a pack of cigarettes, if you were lucky. Produced by old money Italians in the 1960s, driven by new money guidos in the 2010s. The Monroe is a classic supercar that has been making douchebags look stylish for over 50 years. Amazing car. It's based on the Lamborghini Miura, which is just a awesome, amazing car. And I'm going to be getting into it, and it's honestly not the worst for being a 7-year-old car. You know what I'm saying, like interior and detail wise, it's not the greatest, but for what it is, I really appreciate it. So in the trunk, or luggage compartment if you want to call it that, there is a spare wheel, which I think is also a cool touch. It matches the stock wheels of the car, so if you have the stock wheels, that's what it matches. I think it's kind of cool that it comes with one. That's something, you know, something extra, having a spare wheel. The engine, it's nothing too special, but it still looks pretty cool. I like that you can tell that it looks carbureted instead of fuel injected. You know, but like I said, there's not much there, really. On the engine, there's just not much going for it. I guess down here you got another luggage compartment. But yeah, I mean, the engine doesn't have much going for it. There's no, you know, print on it. It doesn't say anything. It's just a bland old engine. But it's still not too shabby. Alright. Let's move over to the interior. We'll start off with the door. It has roll-up windows. Okay. The dash is covered in a wood finish, so that looks pretty cool. It has a racing steering wheel that has the Pegassi logo on it, so that's cool in itself. The wood with the Pegassi logo. It has a 6-speed manual transmission. The seats, it has the 60s style racing seats with like the rivets in them, I call it. It looks like rivets. I do like that, how the seats aren't just plain, they have like the old school rivets in them. So all in all, awesome car. So there's that. We'll get in here. As far as customization goes, there is nothing extra you could put on the car. It doesn't have a secondary, just a primary. You have to leave the bottom chrome, like that little the side skirt. It has to stay chrome. That's just standard, and there's no secondary. So that's all, you know, if you made the full thing chrome, I guess, but you know, just saying. So yeah, nothing you can do besides respray and wheels and all that. I mean, that is pretty much it. You know, you got wheels, respray, all that good stuff, brakes. You know, just the bare necessities. That's all you get with this car, bare necessities. So yeah, let's take it out. So there you got right there, the wood finish. It looks really nice. It's nighttime now, so you can barely see it. Right behind you got the engine, so if you look back. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a nice looking car all in all. It really is. I'll try taking it over to the light. Hopefully I don't get blown up. But yeah, it is a beautiful looking car. If I have to say so myself. I'll bring it back in here so you can see it better. If they open up the door, I'm probably gonna get shot. I don't know what this guy's doing. They closed the custom shop. Alright, well, I'm getting out of here before shit gets bad. What I will do now is I'm going to let you hear the car. Now that is in first person. That is what you will see. Cornering on it is the poorest handling. It's very bad, but you know, so there's always that. Very bad handling on this car. Don't expect to be hitting the bends in it. It just does not corner well. But here she is. This is it. This is the car, and like I said, I like it. I think it's a very beautiful, sleek car. Is that someone over there? Yeah, it is. That's the back of it. Very sleek car. It honestly doesn't need any customization options. You know what I mean? Like nothing aftermarket. The only thing I would recommend is if you could have the hood taken off of it, I would love that, because, or not hood taken off, but if you could put a sleek stock hood on it, you know what I mean? I don't like how it has that big air vent right there, the hood scoop. I hate that. I wish you could just put a sleek, hood on it, just nothing, plain, smooth. I wish you could also take the rear louvers off. That'd be pretty cool. But I'm gonna hit the airstrip real quick and let you hear the car for yourself again. So there's that. Like I said, I think this car is like sick. I do. I love this car a lot. And I'm gonna start giving you my rating. So styling, I give it a 7 out of 10. Because you can't remove the hood scoop and just have a smooth hood on it in the rear louvers. That's why it gets a 7 out of 10. For customization, it gets a 2 out of 10 because all it has is respray and wheels, but it gets a 2 out of 10 because it does, you know what I mean? It just looks sleek already, and not to mention the primary color setup is very nice. So 2 out of 10 on styling. Interior, I give it a 5 out of 10 because it is not the best interior. It shares an interior with a lot of other cars, in my opinion. Like the Phoenix and whatnot. The wood grain is the only reason it even gets a 5 in the seats with the rivets in them. That is the only reason it gets a 5 out of 10, but if it came out today, it would have such a better interior, like the Grotti GT500, how it has that very nice interior. So that's why it gets a 5 out of 10. Cool factor of it, I give it an 8 out of 10 because you will not see other people driving this car around. You won't. So 8 out of 10 on the cool factor. You're not going to see other people having it. People will see you with it. It'll be like it'll be like a cool thing. Handling, I give it a 3 out of 10 because it handles so poorly. You take a bend with it, it just is like a boat. It just does not want to steer. So it gets a 3 out of 10 on handling. It just doesn't, it grips well, it doesn't lose traction, but that's the thing, it just doesn't want to turn. So 3 out of 10. Braking, it gets a 2 out of 10. That's another thing. Handling and braking, just this car does both of those things super poorly. It cannot handle worth anything, and the braking on it is just very atrocious. Acceleration, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not the best on acceleration, but it has a very nice one. Top speed, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because it's actually the 3rd fastest in the sports classic class, so that is pretty good. Sound, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, because it doesn't have a bad sound, but it also should sound beefier, if you get what I mean, like meaner. It doesn't have that good sound to it that it should. It has pretty much the same sound as a Kuruma, and I do not think a Lamborghini Miura from the 60s or early 70s should sound like a Evo. You know, it just does not make sense. The Miura should not sound like this. It sounds like a Japanese tuner car, and I think Japanese tuner cars sound very well. I actually prefer a lot of Japanese cars. I'm a big tuner car enthusiast, but my point is this Lamborghini should sound more like a Lamborghini, you know what I mean? The fact that it sounds like the Kuruma and other cars like that, it just really beats it, you know, for me. Another cool thing is this car has the fog lights on it. They work as well. I do think that's kind of cool, the fog lights work. But yeah, I mean, I can't get over the sound of it. So 5 out of 10, like I said, it's not a sound that's bad for your ears or that you think is real bad, but it just doesn't fit the car, you know, per se. It really doesn't. So my score, I think overall, it's a car worth buying. It's very fun, especially if you want a Lamborghini section of your garage, like Jay Leno. You know, I'd recommend buying it. $490,000 is not bad at all. It really isn't. The only thing is, like I said, I mean, you get problems with handling and braking. You have to get used to it. It's very, you know, it just doesn't handle well. Like, look at that, like right there. Once you drive it yourself, you will understand. I believe it is rear-wheel drive. We're about to check. Yep. It is rear-wheel drive, so that's cool, so you can double clutch it. It actually double clutches decent. If you stance the back wheels, it'll double clutch better. And you can do that on yourself. I was going to show it, but the video is already probably too long. But yeah, I recommend buying this car. I do love it. You know, it's an amazing car, and it's awesome for cruising. I wouldn't get it if you're, you know, trying to go race everybody and stuff. Like I said, top speed, it's the 3rd best in the sports classic. So if you're on a straight drag race, I mean, as long as no one had the Z-type or anything, you'd do pretty well. But yeah, I think, you know, if you're buying it for what it is, you know, it looks amazing and whatnot, then totally go for it. And I will never sell this car. I've always had it since the start. You know, I've been getting, you know, I got a modded version of it, you know, with unscratched plus and everything. So you know, that's this. So, of course, I don't have my original one anymore. I got rid of that one a while ago. But it's still amazing car. Pretty damn good. I recommend it. And one good thing is you won't see other people driving it. You know, people barely even drive sports classics, let alone a 7-year-old the Monroe. And everyone pretty much forgot about this car, sadly. So it looks pretty cool. Maybe you'll turn some heads and people will look at it. You know what I mean? You'll stick out a little bit. Anyways, this be your boy signing out. Peace.